The next question was, when onboarding a new client, what are some SEO quick wins that we can apply apart from schema and basic on-page fixes to get some quick results? Also, would the MGYB video embeds be suited for a brand new branded YouTube channel, or would you wait a little while first? Okay, from the first part of the question is, what are some SEO quick wins we can apply? Well, I've found the best results, the quickest results through Google Maps, and by working on so if it's a project that has an associated Google My Business profile, I've been able to rank Maps listings way quicker than organic rankings. And that's just because for many years, I didn't even focus on organic rankings at all. Now I do. Now I focus on both Maps and organic rankings because the proximity filter for Google My Businesses, for GMBs essentially, is a lot tighter. So in other words, it's harder to get a Maps listing ranked in a 3-pack outside of the immediate physical area of the business, right? It didn't used to be that way, but now that that's the case, it's harder to get that. You can still do it, but it takes consistent effort over time. That's the local GMB Pro method, to get a Maps listing to rank in, Maps 3-packs outside of its immediate physical area, right? So that's what we call the proximity. But now because of that, because it's tighter, I'm also working on organic rankings as well. And so I found it to be easiest to rank the Maps 3-pack in its immediate area, right? If it's a service area business, and I'm just making some assumptions here. I don't know. It could be a storefront business, whatever. But I've always found GMB ranking to be easier than organic rankings. And that's only probably because that's all I focused on for many years. But typically you can get results quickly there. Something else would be press releases. Press releases typically rank very quickly. So if you want to get some, now that's not, it will benefit the root domain or the website that you're trying to promote as well. But the press releases themselves can rank quickly. And so if you're trying, like if you've got a new client and something that you want to do is to start, getting them some exposure while you're working on getting their site to rank, or even their Google My Business profile to rank, then, publishing press releases fairly consistently, which I always recommend you do consistently anyways, can work well, right? It's important that you would put the brand name in, so the company name in the, especially for your first couple of press releases, to put the brand name in the press release title. That's the most important part of the press release, is the title. So I like to do brand plus keyword association as much as possible for all press releases. Sometimes I will just, so in other words, like, whatever the company name is plus their primary keyword, you work that into the title. If you're having us do the press releases through MGYB, which is Press Advantage, then you can request that when you place the order, PR title. Like that's what I do. My bloggers, whenever they order press releases for, my clients and such, is they tell them what the title should be, right? So you just put that in your order instructions. The PR, I say PR title, but you could say, press release title, whatever, and then specify what you want it to be. Just as long as it's not spammy, you want it to read well, but also, like I said, to put the company name plus the primary keyword, or whatever keyword it is that you're trying to rank for. But that starts to build that brand plus keyword association. Plus, if somebody like a client goes and does a brand search, they'll start seeing the press releases ranked. And not just one press release, but oftentimes you'll see like even the same press release ranked multiple times on page 1 for a brand search, because it's been published on multiple news sites, right? And so you'll end up getting that same press release to rank multiple times because it's ranking on different sites. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I like to use, press releases is an integral part of what I do for client work and for SEO. And so we're constantly publishing press releases, and that I found that to be a really quick win. Lastly, obviously YouTube videos tend to rank really well, especially for brand search. Not so much I found for local keywords. They're getting harder to rank for that on page 1, but YouTube videos are, but for brand searches, they typically rank well. So that's something else you could do, is just have a nice video created. I can't share it here, guys, because I don't want to share one of my projects, but I just had 4 different videos created on Fiverr for one project, trying different providers, video producers, to try for lead gen. I'm doing a lot of YouTube ad stuff right now for lead gen. for local lead gen. And so I just wanted to try, like, split test multiple different videos in types of videos. And I found a really good provider, or a couple of really good providers, in fact, but I found like a inexpensive animated video maker. It was like $60. That was including the Fiverr fees. It's like $60, and I had it in like 48 hours, the video back, and it turned out really, really nice. So what I'm saying is go to Fiverr and look at video. I look for video ads because I'm usually running them on YouTube ads, but look for video ads or something like that, and search for video ads or whatever in Fiverr, and you can find some good providers there for inexpensive that, again, you can pass that off to the cost off to your client. But a YouTube video is also something. And here's the other thing. Remember, with press releases that I just mentioned, you can embed a Google My Business map. So that can help your Google My Business profile to rank, or the GMB profile for your client or whatever to rank. You can also embed YouTube videos now. And not all of the pickups or the syndication points for the Press Advantage network, but a lot of them do. So, like, again, if you do those three things, right? If it has a GMB, the project or the client, and you get a video made, and then you publish press releases where you're embedding the GMB map and the video, it's going to help all three to rank, right? The press release, the Google My Business profile, and the video, and ultimately it can help the website to rank too. So that would be what I would suggest doing. Any comments here, guys? And that was more of an SEO question. So
run ads. That's a good win usually, Yeah. While you're waiting for your SEO to kick in, like, one of the recommendations is to start a YouTube campaign or a Facebook ads campaign. That will give the client some quick wins while you wait for the ad to kick in. So the SEO to kick in. So that's usually what I do.
I agree. Yeah, I'm doing a ton of ad stuff for, I was mentioning this to my partners yesterday during our corporate meeting, but, Google Ads, the audience targeting options have gotten incredibly, so much better. They've gotten way better than they used to be. And it's changing all the time. The last time I was in there messing around with custom audiences was about 6 or 8 weeks ago, up until this past week. And just in this past week that I've been in there a lot, I've been doing a lot of ads testing and stuff. And the audience targeting has gotten even better. Like, in other words, there's more options. And what it used to be called custom intent audiences, now it's called custom audiences. And you can actually, there's another thing called combined audiences. So, like, there's a ton of stuff that you can do in there. It's very inexpensive. YouTube is. And if you get your targeting right, you can get a lot of clicks from YouTube to your website as well. I'm probably going to be doing a significant update to our YouTube ads branding course, and January or February timeframe, and we're going to end up relaunch, or I think actually January, and I think we're going to end up relaunching that with the updated stuff because of all the new targeting options. And I've got a lot of data now that I can share, like from my own ads account, and it's a really, really good option because you can get some very inexpensive traffic that is from an audience, a relevant audience. And it's inexpensive. And that's another, like Hernan said, that's another great way to get some exposure for your client. All right, he says, also, would the MGYB video embeds be suited for a brand new branded YouTube channel, or would you wait a little while first? Okay, yes, you can do it. You can absolutely do an embed gig on a brand new YouTube video, or a video that's on a new YouTube channel. A few years ago, I switched my methodology, or at least my thought process, on just doing, a ton of backlinks and embeds to videos. And, again, you can brute force using traditional SEO tactics with YouTube still, right? So with backlinks and or embeds, you can still get really good results. There's no question. But I always like to try to kind of create a balance between backlinks and embeds and traffic or engagement signals, which, again, you can set up YouTube ads or Google ads for YouTube, where you can set your audience or define your audience. There's in-market audiences. There's already predefined audiences available inside of Google Ads, or you can create custom audiences. And either way, you can essentially select a relevant audience that your ad will show to, your video will show to, on YouTube as an in-stream ad, right? So that's a true view ad, which is or true view in-stream ad, which is those ads that play during, either before or during another YouTube video. So if you set up your targeting right, now you're getting relevant eyeballs, and especially like if it's for local, you can set geographic targeting. So now the views to your video are coming from a relevant audience within a relevant geographic area, right? So in other words, they're local IP clicks. So it's very powerful because you can rank YouTube videos on engagement signals alone. We know, we've done it a million times. Now that's more of a YouTube algorithm thing, but even in Google, like, so Google search results, there's a big part of YouTube videos ranking in Google search results is engagement signals. So I like to set up Google ads for videos that I'm trying to rank, which I really don't try to rank videos anymore because I get results from the Google ads themselves. But when I do try to rank videos, or when I have in the past, I try to do a balance between backlinks and embed gigs and engagement signals so that it looks more natural. Here's my point. If you have a brand new video that has very little views on it, and now all of a sudden it's getting thousands of embeds and thousands or tens of thousands of backlinks, and the view count isn't correlating with that amount of activity and backlinks and embeds, does that look fishy? Of course it does. It smells like an SEO, right? It smells like an SEO is working on trying to rank the video. So I like to do a more like natural approach in that I start buying views essentially from YouTube ads or Google ads, which is the only way that I would buy views for videos. I wouldn't spam views anymore, guys. That's just stupid, because you can buy inexpensive traffic from relevant audiences that are likely to become leads or convert or whatever anyways. But I'd like to start buying traffic to the video first. And then once it starts to receive views on a consistent basis, then I'll order the embed gig and start building backlinks. Because the way that, think about a video that goes viral. A video that goes viral, it starts getting a shit ton of social media shares and views before it starts to get a bunch of backlinks and embeds. Does that make sense? And because it starts to go viral first before people start linking to it. So that's kind of what I like to do, is model that. And so I start to buy views to it. And once the view count starts to rise consistently, then what I do is do the embeds and the backlinks, which tends to work really well. Again, you can still brute force stuff with the old traditional SEO methods, but I like to do a more natural approach to it. And I've been doing that for several years now, and it works well. So